on the practical side, what happens? What changes in your life? What things do you do different when you love yourself? Stop for a moment. Really feel into that. Practically, what it's like to love yourself. What changes occur in your life? Basically, then you're going to walk into that when you go home.
When I first fell in love with myself, one of the first things practically that I noticed
Yes.
was that I stopped setting my alarm clock.
Good. That's excellent. Practical. You don't need to set your alarm clock. Why?
Never. And I never do.
Yeah.
Because I let my schedule adapt to me rather than
Thank you.
adapting to it.
Thank you. Excellent. Excellent.
And if I need to be somewhere, I just wake up.
Yes. It's amazing.
I trust that, you know.
You trust that. Yeah.
I really don't use
Good. Very practical. You don't wake up in the morning to a list of rules for the day. That's a big difference. How often do you wake up in the morning, you become a little conscious, and you're laying in bed thinking, I can't do this, I can't do that, I have to do this. If you love yourself, you don't do that. You don't do that. It doesn't matter. You don't wake up in the morning saying, oh, today I can't eat bread. Very practical. Very practical. You could lay in bed and go, I'm going to have a donut in bed this morning with hot chocolate. You see, and it doesn't matter. Now, it's not saying you're necessarily going to do that, but you give yourself that freedom. That's so important.
Stay with me.
Stay, well, good.
Stay with me.
Good. What does that mean?
I stay connected with myself.
It's very easy. When you're not in love with yourself, people give themselves to others. They want somebody else to carry them, to love them, to make decisions for them, to be them. But when you love yourself, then you can be with another. They can never take that away, and they don't want to, but they can never take it away. Imagine being in a relationship where you're in the relationship, where you're there. They're not overwhelming you. You're not overwhelming them. Absolutely. Now, in the now moment, love. But before you commit to someone else, commit to yourself first. Commit to yourself first. Is this what you really want to do? And all of you have had examples or incidences where you do something because you want to make somebody else happy, or you want to keep harmony, try to keep harmony, but then you sacrifice yourself. And here, you can tell someone, no, I don't want to be any part of your program because it really is macchio. But you say it with a smile, and they walk away, okay, yeah, you're really not going to offend them. Practical applications. When you love yourself, what happens?
By drinking a glass of wine,
Yes.
buying a beautiful dress, making good things for me.
Yes.
Yes.
Doing things for yourself.
Yes.
Buying the things you want, eating what you want. Oh, there's so many overlays, so many rules about what you should and shouldn't do. And finally, you're in love with yourself, and it doesn't matter. When you're in love with yourself, you stop worrying, is your figure right for everybody else? You don't care. It's only right for you, or whatever it happens to be. It's just right for you. Yeah. Why buy something cheap when you can buy something beautiful? Why shop at a secondhand shop when you can buy something new and beautiful? Now, there are those who say, well, that's bourgeois. Well, of course it is. And it's loving yourself. And it doesn't mean you're going to deny anyone else of those things. It doesn't. Just because you buy a nicer shoe doesn't mean that you're an elitist, and there's this overlay that people have that says, well, you shouldn't do that because we should all buy the same cheap shoes. But no, when you have nice shoes, you do the things that are loving yourself. It actually helps people. You're not taking anything away from them. So now, the Save the World ones say, but you should buy good, basic, sturdy, long-lasting, and ugly shoes. Kind of like the nuns do. And you should take the extra money and give it to the poor. Right? Isn't that the right thing to do? It's up to you. This whole thing about, well, no, you have to buy the basics and give, if you have extra money, give it to everyone else. That's okay. That's good. But remember also that everyone that's alive on this planet right now is exactly where they are choosing to be. Nobody is really confining everybody else. Nobody's trapping anyone else. There are those who argue with me about it and say, but these dictators and the governments and the Illuminati, which I helped to start, and the Freemasons and who knows else what, they're depriving people of their rights. No, they aren't. The people are denying themselves. Some beings actually go into, deliberately birth into countries that are poor and have dictators. It's an experience. It's an experience. Some go there to try to be a shining light for others, and that's commendable. But when it comes to loving yourself, this isn't about a big mass ascension. This is very personal. Yeshua would love to talk about that with the disciples, because they wanted to change everybody, change the world, change the church and everything else. And Yeshua would have long discussions with them and basically saying, go amongst the people and accept them for who they are, not for converts, not for new recruits. Now, it did get messed up along the way, things changed, but that was the original message. Not to go out amongst the people to save them, but go out amongst the people to appreciate them. When you love yourself, you can do that. You can watch. I love watching homeless people on the street corner, sleeping in the doorway. Now, I know it sounds like I don't have compassion, but actually I have more compassion than the person who feels sorry for them. I know homeless people that have been living in the same doorway or stairwell for many lifetimes. They're choosing it. They love it. And I know that the moment any being raises their energetic hand and says, I'm done with this, I'm lost, this is awful, I'm ready to get out, instantly they have assistance and support. Angelic beings, other human beings that come to say, okay, let me show you the way out.